It's the perfect way to end an imperfect week. It's the perfect way to end an imperfect week. It's East Nashville Happy Hour with our special guest. With our special guest? Where's our special guest? Amy D! Yeah! Right on the wings of the angels of love who are on our side. It's the perfect way to say we love you on location here at D's Country Cocktail Lounge.
Hi, everybody.
Ow. We're here with Amy D at D's Country Cocktail Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls off the tongue.
It does. D's Country Cocktail Lounge.
The first segment we usually do is called Map It Out.
Okay.
And that means I ask you, where were you born?
Chicago.
Chicago. And then where'd you go?
New York City.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a couple doozies.
From the pan into the fire.
And then...
And I was real sick of New York in 2006, and a friend of mine was like, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm like, I'll go with you. That'd be great. But I moved there with a New Yorker who didn't know how to drive at the time. I do all the driving. It's a creepy-ass town. Couldn't find work. 9 weeks later, we all bailed. She went back to New York. I went to Chicago. And then a few years later, I went back to New York for a second round of ass beating.
Whoa.
And then I decided, I was like, you know what? Just move to Nashville. It seems like a pretty chill spot. I figured out a lot of what I didn't want, so I knew what I did want.
Right. And you're enjoying it. You like
I
Nashville.
love Nashville. This is the best move I've ever made in my entire life. It has led to all of the things I wanted. Yeah.
You've been here for a few years, right?
It'll be 4 years. Holy shit, I think it's 4 years today. Dude, I think it's 4 years today. What's the date today?
So it's your anniversary of moving here, or
moving
opening?
here, and now it's also the my anniversary, 1 year anniversary of being open.
We're celebrating your 1 year anniversary, and we're doing that by Saturday's show. Tell us a little bit about the Saturday show.
The Elizabeth Cook Chili Cook-Off. That's going to be fun. So we're raising some money for Music Cares.
Beautiful.
And it's also the launch of Elizabeth's beer with Yazoo, El Lagarto. It's a Belgian white ale with some spices and some citrus.
That means the lizard?
Alligator.
Oh, an alligator.
Close.
I think it's the alligator.
Oh.
I mean, that's certainly what the image
lizard,
projects.
right?
She's from Florida.
Oh,
There you go.
So I'm pretty certain El Lagarto is the alligator. But I think they wanted to name it something funny like gator tail, and it was like nixed. Or tail bait, or something really naughty. It was really funny. It's coming out. It's exciting.
It is exciting. I'm going to try one on Saturday.
Yeah, you are. Several. I'll be having several.
Some live music as well.
Live music. You have quite a few bands playing that day. Yeah, the Chili Cook-Off. It starts at 4. It's $10 to enter. $5 if you want to get like a cup and a spoon and judge, and you get a little ballot to pick who you think has the best
Civilian
chili.
judges?
You get
Anybody?
you get to be all judgy.
What do you win?
There's a trophy and cash prizes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Trophy.
Yeah. Can anybody enter, like, their
Yeah.
chili?
Anybody can enter.
How do you know if somebody is not taking, like, Stag chili in a can and just...
Well, I guess because I tend to think that whenever you see chili out of a can, it kind of looks like dog food. Yeah. And I can also spot Hormel like trashy chili anywhere. I grew up eating that garbage.
Oh, come on, I love it.
I know, I love it too. I mean, you mix it with your mac and cheese and shit.
No. But you guys do serve food here, and you guys serve an interesting array of food here. The first time I was here, I was looking at the menu, and I was like, this
Why don't you
is...
switch places with me?
All right. This is better.
So on our menu, the first time I had a Frito pie was the Cowgirl Hall of Fame in New York, and I loved it, and I thought it was the best trashiest idea ever. So when I opened, I was like, "There's a Frito pie in this menu, and it's gonna happen." So I put Frito pie, and then soft pretzels. Who doesn't like a soft pretzel, especially when you're chugging beer? And then I'm from Chicago, so I wanted to do a Chicago-style Italian beef.
Yeah.
Because the pet peeve when you have them, it's like, oh, like Italian beef, and it's like, no, you gotta do it right, Chicago way, or you don't do it. It's gonna have sweet peppers and hot giardiniera. And you wash it down with an old style. Not just a poser. I got the sign and I got the beer.
I've drank a couple here before, and I never have old style like cravings unless I see it in an actual place, and then that's
And
all I
it's
drink.
ice cold, so it certainly helps it go down. because
gets
it's not like, It's
colder
not like the most delicious beer in the world, but it is refreshing, like this shitty American beer.
Yeah, I love it though.
Say, that's my beer. Heileman's Old Style. It's aged longer than any other beer. Aged like rare champagne. That's why it tastes so bright, so light, so clear. Try it. Taste the wonderful difference time makes. Heileman's Old Style Lager now presents Racket Squad.
New York and Chicago, deep dish or New York
New York.
pizza, right?
New York, the deep dish.
Yeah,
even as,
I'm with
it's
you.
just too
it's
much.
a casserole.
It's a cheese casserole,
all it
and I'm
is.
also one of those people. I like the perfect bite. And if I get a
know.
pastrami sandwich in New York and I have to unlock my jaw like a snake to eat it, I don't want it.
And you don't miss it. You do.
There are things that I miss about it. Like
The
I miss my
food.
friends and the food, and Jesus Christ, dollar oyster happy hour. Oh,
We were
God,
just
I
talking
just
about
love it
that
so
too. I
much.
know. That's hard
And
to
also,
give
it's
up.
like I think it's the only time you can now get a cocktail in New York for $8. Otherwise, it's $14 a cocktail.
It's
It doesn't
insanity.
matter where you go. So now you can pay $8 for a cocktail and you get your dollar oysters. So you house as much as you can in that 2-hour window.
That's another thing I really quickly want to say about Dee's. I mean, I've been here a bunch, and Dean's been here a bunch, and all of our favorite people play here, and it's a great new spot. And the prices are, I mean, not only compared to New York, but compared to almost everywhere else, ridiculously good.
What else do we need to know about Dee's? It feels like it's been here forever. It's got that vibe.
It does. Well, being like a child of the 80s, you could take your kids to the bar, especially if you were a lower middle class family like I came from, because you don't have any money to pay someone to watch your asshole kids. You gotta take them to the bar with you. And we'd go on vacation to Wisconsin. We'd go see my uncle up in this tiny ass town called Brantwood, and these little small towns around it. So you just go there and you hang out with your kids while you drink your old style. You give the kids a Tombstone pizza. I love things from the time that I was born that I didn't get to really get to enjoy, like AC/DC's breakout albums and things like that. Or Waylon Jennings, right when he hit stardom in the 70s, but whatever. So I just try to recreate what I thought was really cool about the time and things forged from my memory of going to bars when I was a kid. And I also love dive bars, and I love classic country. And I hate... why can't you go to a divey kind of bar and not worry about getting crabs from the sea? Or you have to hover all your life. I mean, why can't the bathroom just be clean? So I was aiming for having clean bathrooms. I try with the men's room, but gentlemen, this is why you can't have nice things. I just feel like you guys stand there and then you start having seizures in your hips and it just starts flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And small details, like when you get a whiskey in a bar. It's a one big ice cube. It's a $6 investment for the ice tray from Amazon. It's gonna make the ice cubes. Even a well whiskey gets a nice big ice cube if you want a whiskey on the
Yeah,
rocks. It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
little details. And also when you go to dive bars, your options for a mixed drink are it's like a Jack and Coke, something with a mixer, or just straight in the glass. Why can't you just get a proper cocktail?
Do you have
Why?
special cocktails?
We do. Our Dee's Margarita. We have an old fashioned. We got written up for by the scene. It's damn
Okay.
good.
Excellent.
Easy 3-ingredient cocktail.
Right, but you have to do it with just
You
the right
do.
finesse.
You get a good whiskey sour. We have a mango habanero whiskey sour that we do.
Ooh.
Yeah, Old Smoky makes it, and I'm not an Old Smoky fan because I think their moonshine's kind of bullshit.
Oh, well, we
but
won't say that.
their
but
whiskey is freaking delicious.
we were so close to getting a sponsorship from them, and now we're fucked.
You can cut that part out. Old Smoky mango habanero whiskey is delicious, and you should make it into a whiskey sour.
So, has this always been in the back of your mind, or even in the front of your mind, that you wanted to do this, or you were just kind of thrust into?
I opened a
situation?
lot of places for a lot of people, and after the last job I had, I just I didn't ever want to work that hard
Yeah.
for anyone again to have just no sense of reward. There's a salary, and you make your money, and you're grateful for it, but there's all that work you did to make this vision happen, and as part of this bigger picture, and you just kind of get nothing out of it. It just seemed, it just seemed thankless, and I just knew that I just didn't ever want to work for anyone ever again.
Now you know when you work hard, it's for a cause. That
Yeah, and having the say in how things go in a place where people are always like, oh, it doesn't matter. Customers are always right. I'm like, that is absolutely an insane statement. That is not true at all. It's not even relatively close, especially in this day and age. There's some dude's gonna roll in here and talk some shit to the bartender, or male or female, or have some guy harassing some chick in here, or someone's gonna come here and try and drop the N-bomb. That's a hell. That's a quick hell no.
We
That was
reserve the
my-
right to refuse service to any asshole.
That's my thing in the East Nashville in the article. I have the 2 rules. You got to have money and you can't be an asshole.
That's right.
And that was my even blanket statement. Like, are you a homophobe? Are you a sexist? Are you racist? Xenophobic? Whatever sort of shit baggage you're carrying, if you can't leave it in your car, then don't bring it in here. I want everyone to feel welcome. I want everyone to have a good time, regardless of how old they are, who they are, what religion they practice or don't practice. I don't care. Just have money and have fun.
We have a segment that usually is trivia or some kind of game that Jay makes up.
Okay.
I have no idea what he's about to do.
I'm coming back in.
Okay, you're coming back in. I'm going to hold the microphone because you don't hold it right.
I'm going to ask you questions, and you're just going to respond in any way you like.
What are you holding here, Jay? Tell Amy.
This is the seminal disco album from Stephen Stills.
Okay.
It's called Thoroughfare Gap. Big seller, big. The questions I'm going to ask you are going to be questions from famous songs. So song titles. First question. How long has this been going on?
For a year.
For 1 year. Almost 1 year to the day, huh?
Yep.
Very good. Okay.
2
You
weeks
just-
in a row he came up with something good. This is awesome.
So you just a couple years ago you came here from New York City, right? So far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore?
There's no need to when there's new places to find.
Great answer.
Whoa. That is some knowledge.
All right. Well,
Some knowledge.
give
should
me.
always leave where you're from.
Right.
Whether or not you go back, you will never. It's harder to grow as a person if you don't leave where you're from. That's how I feel about young people never leaving their town.
Yeah.
Just go.
Isn't it funny? I was just thinking about that today when people always say, "Born and raised." It's like, A, you didn't really have a choice, right? Being born there, and born and raised, and you stayed. It's like you didn't get out.
People always thought it was crazy. Like, oh, I can't believe you moved. You do all this on your own. I'm like, I'm not moving to Sarajevo or some crazy ass country. I'm staying within the continental, in the same landmass, with the same rights, mostly, depending on what part of the country you're in. As a woman,
Yeah.
you grow as a person. You become a better person. You also learn to be tolerant. Living in New York City, you live amongst people that are from all over the world. So you don't really have those phobias like, oh God, there's a person with a turban. No,
No.
that dude's just, he's a Sikh. Just wrapping his hair up. Respect.
My next question: does anybody really know what time it is?
Dolly Parton knows everything. There is Mother Teresa and there's Dolly Parton. Wit, sense of humor, looks, talent, voice of an angel. Just all around an amazing person. Always doing the right thing. Always doing the right thing to help people.
And so smart with her career.
Oh my God.
Everything she got, she had to just.
Compassionate. Even
fight
when
her
people try
ass
to do
off
her
for it.
wrong.
If you want, we'll consider having you on, Dolly. Okay.
Yeah.
We might be able to book.
Refrain from passing out if I ever get the chance to meet her and not have like big heart palpitations, freak out like an idiot.
Speaking of heart, here's my next question, and it's Bee Gees related. How can you mend a broken heart, Amy D?
In the bar business, it's alcohol.
You know,
This wide selection of things.
if God had a face, what would it look like?
What song is that?
Joan Osborne.
Joan, if you want to come by and be on our show.
No, I mean, I already used Dolly Parton. Can't use her again.
You can.
George Carlin.
Ah,
George Carlin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be comforting to get up there and... Oh, it's George Carlin.
You assholes have been running around down there with the wrong fucking idea. I never said any of that shit. What were you thinking? That's what he would say to a lot of us.
Do you believe in magic? Really?
Like real magic.
Yeah. You know David Blaine, like you see some of the stuff that he does.
No, I
Like,
think it's a.
I'm buying that shit,
I think
hook, line, and sinker.
I think it's well crafted. It happens somehow. I don't know how, so it's magic to us.
Yeah. Last question. How many roads must a man walk down?
Before...
No, just that's it.
As many as it takes to get that shit right.
That is correct. That's exactly what I didn't swear, but that's what I said.
When you were talking about growing up, going to bars, I did too. And that's what this place reminds me of. A much cleaner version of
No cigarettes are allowed in here. Even the cobwebs were brown.
Did you see it in here when you first walked in and it was like,
It punched you in the face when
It
you
was
walked
like
in
that,
here.
huh?
It took a few hundred, it took like $400, $500 worth of paint. And you can see what it looks like if you watch Aaron Lee Tasyan's awesome video,
Oh, which
Little Movies.
Aaron? If you want to be on the show,
You should
we've been
do it.
trying.
These guys are awesome.
We've been
Come
trying.
on,
When
man.
I moved here,
keep trying. He's hard to get through.
He is. He's busy, man. He's
busy.
a busy dude. And that song, Little Movies, is so catchy.
some
It's
of it
so
was-
melodic and beautiful. And then part of it was shot in here before it was, when it was still Janine's. There's
Right.
actually a picture of him, or part of the video of him playing in one of these little plastic chairs she had right by the dumpster outside. It's shot all around Madison.
Just a little movie that we play. Aaron's my favorite. I wish he'd come on here.
Me too. Upcoming shows here. Obviously, everyone you stand behind.
Dutch Whiskey.
Yeah?
Doing her Halloween party. And I don't know if you've ever seen Dutch Whiskey, but if you haven't, you need to. Him and his woman, Brandy Alexander. Dutch Whiskey and Brandy Alexander
That's
are going
too
to tear it up
perfect.
with their good old America country songs on our Halloween party. So we had our friends and family on the 21st last year was the very first day we opened to the public. So we just did a small invite to our friends only. And then the 28th, the following weekend, we did our grand opening. So he's going to do our grand opening anniversary party. And I will say, our Monday residency that we do for the Madison Guild, so much fun, so many cool people. Wednesday evenings, we do the, Bill Davis does happy hour 6 to 8, and he's such a badass. He's such a cool guy. Super funny. Powerhouse Boys, him and his woman, their whole band. The whole band is so amazing. And they do 6 to 8. We extend our happy hour on Wednesdays because of their awesomeness. And they bring their A game every show.
That's important.
And then we started doing Alan Thompson bi-weekly, and he brought out everybody, all the cool people. Thursdays we do King Corduroy right now. He has his residency. And then Happy Hour Hoedown on Fridays is hosted by my one and only Daniel Lawrence Walker.
Show it.
Fixing to
Show
marry.
it. Look at that. Look at that.
Congratulations.
He has a lot of really fun people he's been playing with for a long time. Also, it's a chance for people that want to play here to come and play a couple songs, sort of let's see what you got. Let's see if
Which
you
is
like
the way
it. Yeah.
you should do it.
Yeah.
You know, not look at a YouTube video, but
Exactly.
actually have somebody come in.
Yeah, and you get full on, hands on, their personality, how they interact.
Daniel kind of takes the booking.
Yes, he's been in that business for 20 years. I've been in the bar business for 20 years, so
Oh, it's perfect, though.
know
Perfect
your
match.
role.
If you haven't been here yet, I'm not just saying this because she's fantastic, and as you can see, the place is fantastic. But it's got such a cool and authentic feel, and it doesn't give off that. Well, you're moving the mic away from me.
Oh, they can hear you.
It doesn't give off that same old bar scene where everyone's trying to be too clubby. You know that lounge thing that everyone tries to get into now? Amy D is old school, and this place is definitely where you want to go if you like to keep it that way. I love it here. The music's great. She's great. The food is really great. The drinks are good. Beer's cold. Pool. That's it.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
Amy
having
D
me.
from D's Country Cocktail Lounge here in lovely Madison, Tennessee.
Behind Jenna's Toy Box.
That's
Sorry.
the big thing.
Yeah, we're behind Jenna's. We're on the booty end of Jenna's. That's how you find us.
Yeah.
Thinking of a joke.
Take your time. You can edit it in.
The Jiffy Lube is right next door to that.
Ah!
We got Jiffy Lube and Jenna's
good.
and donuts.
So
So
nobody
good.
has to really go anywhere but this block.
No,
And
you
this-
get Mexican food, donuts, and sex toys. And an oil change.
We'll see you next week.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks
you,
for
Amy.
joining us for East Nashville Happy Hour. See, usually we get drunk.
Uh-huh.
Usually it's in the evening and we drink, and it's much better. And I can cut all this. It's
Yeah.
it's not live. So. And then imperfect. It's actually a Harry Nilsson song that we kind of refashioned. Perfect. I want to do it again. I want to be running. I have to be running.
I did fucking great.
So long, folks. And thanks, Harry.
See you next episode, everybody.
Bye.